Let's admit this about Mercedes Mone. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what that is, how I came to this conclusion, and what can be done about it. Because Mercedes Mone, she is a player in AEW. There is no doubt about it. She is a household name. No doubt about it. What she was able to do in WWE, what kind of name she was able to build, the success, the goals, the championships, the money, the prestige that she built in WWE under the Sasha Banks name, remarkable. Cannot take it away from her. What she's done since then has been quite interesting because it's honestly been all over the map. Think about it. She and Naomi walked out of WWE in the summer of 2022. May. So, I'll give you that. Anyways, they had a creative dispute with Vince McMahon. He wanted to book them in singles title matches, and they thought that they wouldn't do that because they were the Women's Tag Team Championship. So they took their ball and they went home. They negotiated their releases and they went and split up. And where Monet has gone since then is quite remarkable. And I feel like you have to lay out the groundwork before we get to the admission. So hang with me. So she goes to Japan. She goes to New Japan. She's the women's champion over there. She is a very calculated and smart businesswoman in the sense of she negotiated deals in which she was on per appearance basis, and she would agree with, okay, I agree I'm going to do 5 shows here, including appearances and matches. And then once that deal's up, we're going to renegotiate, and I'm going to do 3 appearances and matches here. Very, very calculated, actually very, very smart. And so then she comes to the States. She was supposed to become the inaugural Women's Strong Champion. Unfortunately, she suffered an injury in a match with Willow Nightingale. That really sucks. So then we pivot, and she's sidelined for a year due to a serious injury, resulting in her getting surgery. Now, during this time, fans had speculated, okay, would Monet stay with New Japan? Would she go to an AEW? Would she go back to WWE? What would Mercedes Mone do? And she reportedly had talks with AEW and WWE. She even was shown on camera in attendance at All Out, All In Wembley Stadium. Very confusing. So she signs. She makes her promotional debut at the Big Business episode of Dynamite, right? And we know the struggles that they had to go through because she wasn't medically cleared, right? They brought her on TV way too soon because ratings had either fallen or was just flatline, business flatline. So Tony Khan, he signs all these people, right? He signs Monet, he signs Okada, he brings in Will Ospreay. And none of them have really made a huge impact on AEW business, although things are starting to look up, and I'm very grateful for that. Here's what we need to admit with Monet. This is what we need to admit about her run with AEW thus far. It's kind of been lackluster. And I'll tell you why. So they had a real potential to make a huge impact right out of the gate. They could have had her feud with Julia Hart, but no, they didn't do that. They went right back to the well. They went right back to Willow Nightingale. Now, here's why. So, they had the chance to do Monet versus Hart, but instead, because Monet was not medically cleared, they decided to have Willow Nightingale beat Julia Hart to win the TBS Championship. Now, fast forward a few weeks, Monet defeated Willow Nightingale in a revenge match, her first match back since the injury, since surgery. In her first match in AEW, she defeated Willow Nightingale at Double or Nothing for the championship, and it was a really good match. Now, the reason that I say that they missed out is because if you would have just saved Hart versus Monet at Double or Nothing, because look, Julia Hart was already injured. She was already working hurt. She knew she was going to be taking time off. Just don't have her wrestle at I think it was like Dynasty or whatever that pay-per-view was. Just don't have her wrestle. You can't move Monet's in-ring debut up further, so just push it back a little bit. and have them collide at Double or Nothing, and then you can go to Monet and Willow Nightingale. But they didn't do that. So now we're headed into Forbidden Door, my least favorite AEW pay-per-view, because, look, I will be straight up with y'all. I do not care about New Japan Pro Wrestling. Never have, probably never will. Right? It's in a different time zone. It's in the middle of the night. I don't like the style. If Uncle Dave wants to, then fine. Knock yourself out, bud. But it's not my style. And so we insist, outside of Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland, to have this freaking pay-per-view event every year. And so now Monet she made her first title defense against Sky Blue on Dynamite. Then she was confronted by Strong Women's Champion Stephanie Valker. And now they're going to have a winner-take-all match for Forbidden Door. So Monet's going to go over. She's going to win the Strong Women's Championship, a championship she was initially earmarked to win in that Willow Nightingale inaugural match before she was injured. She had to legitimately change the result of the match on the fly. This is what I'm talking about. Missed opportunity after missed opportunity after missed opportunity with Monet. She had so much buzz going in to her debut. And ever since she did that, things have continuously, whether it be Tony Khan's fault, okay, or it be out of his control, we have missed on opportunities. And it's time to admit that the hype behind Monet when she first joined AEW has not settled. It has not transpired. It is not there. And you have to turn this around. If you're going to insist on having Mercedes Mone under contract and paying her such big money, because she is a megastar, she is a transcendent star due to her acting credentials and her modeling and everything else, the way you book her, you have to book her properly, okay? If you don't book her properly, you're going to continuously devalue her stock. This is not all Mercedes Mone problems with her freaking promos, which do need to be worked on. It's also the booking. So when you combine the booking and you combine the promos and the work that she's doing as a Mercedes Mone fan, as someone who has legitimately followed her from WWE, suffered through New Japan matches, and is in AEW, I want to see better. I think she deserves better, and I wish Tony Khan would give her better. Now, you can argue, and this is kind of what I'm holding out optimism for. I'm trying to be positive. If you can tell me today, look, yes, we know we fumbled the ball in the past. We know we're just trying to get the Strong Women's title on her. This is a New Japan partnership thing. And coming out of Forbidden Door, then we're going to turn up the heat. And we're going to get things cranking on Monet. And everything's going to be firing on all cylinders like she had been doing in Japan. She legitimately made New Japan interesting. Then, okay, I can hang my hat on that. I can say, okay, I will give you the benefit of the doubt. But if we don't do that, then there needs to be a serious conversation of what the heck we're doing. Let me know down in the comments area below whether or not you agree with my take or not. Hit that notification bell so you are notified every single time we upload new content here to the channel. And I will see y'all in the next video.